Come on.
Hello, you must be Evan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tirado. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Who have you brought with you today?
I brought my mom.
Okay. So what brings you in today?
I noticed that my son's been having random outbursts of aggressive behavior. Like he gets mad at like the smallest stuff, and I don't know. I'm kind of concerned about him.
All right. So before we get some background, Evan, I need you to answer a few simple questions. Do you know where you are right now?
The psychologist's office.
And do you know what day of the week it is?
Tuesday.
How about the year?
2015.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, you're Dr. Tirado.
And do you know why you're here?
Not really. Apparently my mom thinks something is wrong with me, so she brought me in.
Okay. And can you tell me what this is?
That is a pen.
Perfect, thank you. And lastly, I need you to remember these three colors for me: red, green, and black.
Red, green, black. Got it.
Okay. All right, so let's get a little background first. How old are you, Evan?
I'm 19.
Okay, and do you or have you in the past ever abused substances such as alcohol or recreational drugs?
I have not.
All right, I'm going to need you to be completely honest with me. How would you describe your family life growing up?
It was pretty stressful. When I was 3, my parents divorced, and my dad had to move away because of financial reasons, and my mom, because of it, had to go to therapy and was away from me a lot. So that made me have to move into my aunt and uncle's house, and so I didn't get to see my parents much, and it was pretty much affected my entire childhood.
All right. So you mentioned earlier about random aggressive outbursts. Did you notice anything like this when Evan was a child?
Mm-hmm.
And would you say this happened before or after the divorce?
Definitely after.
And describe Evan before the divorce.
Before he was generally a good kid. He didn't really get in trouble. He did as he was told. He was kind of an average kid.
All right. How did things change after the divorce?
Well, I noticed that he started having random outbursts of aggressive behavior over the smallest situations. Like he got really upset over things that weren't even a big deal at all.
Mm-hmm. And would you describe these episodes as grossly out of proportion?
Yes.
Can you recall the most recent episode?
Well.
It's alright.
Anything else happen?
Not really.
Great.
Can you pass the salt?
Yeah, in a second.
No, now!
Chill.
Ah!
All right, so I see your problem, and now I have to ask, how often do you get these impulses to lash out physically?
When I'm really stressed out and irritable, it'll happen
A lot.
But when I'm not, it doesn't happen.
Not that often.
Okay, Evan, before we go any further, I'm going to evaluate you to make sure you aren't inclined to harm yourself. When you have these outbursts, afterwards, do you feel the need to harm yourself?
Not really. I actually feel pretty relaxed afterwards.
Okay, and Mom, have you noticed any activity with Evan that would lead you to believe that Evan would harm himself?
No, he just takes out his aggression on others and property.
Okay, and Evan, do you feel a sense of hopelessness or feel like you are trapped?
No, I really haven't.
Have you begun to withdraw from friends, family, or society?
I haven't, but I've noticed that others don't really want to talk to me because of my outbursts.
Have you ever felt that you had no sense of purpose in life?
Nope.
Have you ever noticed dramatic changes in your mood or behavior?
I mean, yeah, only when I have my outbursts when I get pretty ticked off.
And Mom, have you noticed Evan talking about death or suicide?
No, not at all.
Evan, do you ever experience an inability to sleep?
Sometimes, but not I sleep pretty good usually.
Do you find yourself engaging in risky or reckless activities?
Yeah, I mean, only when I have my outbursts, I guess, and things I do to take out my anger can be kind of dangerous.
Okay, so now let's explore a little more into these episodes you've been having. Can you describe another situation where this happened?
Well,
What the heck?
Okay, thank you for that. Now tell me, Evan, when you get the urge to perform these aggressive acts, what's running through your mind?
Well, anytime anything really like sets me off, I don't know. I feel like I just kind of like lose myself, and I don't know what I'm thinking. Because a lot of thoughts are going through my mind, but I just know that I have to take out my anger.
And did you have times before these episodes when you felt such a strong impulse to react that you couldn't resist no matter how hard you tried?
No, it never like comes across my mind to stop. I always just go through with it.
Okay, and Mom, would you always describe Evan's behavior as out of control?
no, not everything sets them off. It's actually pretty random.
Okay, and so sometimes physical illnesses such as, a head injury or epilepsy or even like medication use can, trigger one of these episodes.
Okay.
So have yours ever been caused by any of these factors?
No, I don't think I don't have any injuries. I don't no epilepsy. I'm not on any medication, so no, I don't think so.
Okay, and some people only have conniptions when they're sad or depressed. So, have you ever had any of these feelings that have led to these?
No, I've never been depressed. No, I've never been depressed, and whenever it happens, it's always like spur of the moment kind of thing. It's just that like immediate anger that happens. So no sadness is really like involved.
Okay, and now think about all of the things that you've ever damaged or broken during, one of these outbursts. What would you say is the approximate repair cost of all these things?
Well, he's damaged the car twice, put me in the hospital, and he's damaged lots of furniture, so I'm guessing around like $8,000.
Okay, and how much has your aggressive outbursts, how much has it interfered with your social life, work life, or personal relationships?
As for work, I know I recently just got fired from my work because I had an outburst in the workplace, and it actually happened twice in the workplace. So my boss was fed up with me, so I did get fired. Socially, a lot of my friends won't talk to me anymore because they're just tired of my outbursts. And relationship-wise, my girlfriend just broke up with me, and yeah, she was pretty fed up with me too. Everyone's fed up with me because of it.
All right, so before we go, what were those colors that I asked you to remember?
They were red, green, and black.
Alrighty, perfect. All right, so based on what I've seen today, it appears you have an impulse control disorder along the lines of intermittent explosive disorder. I'm gonna need a little more observation, and this week I'm going to consult my psychiatrist, maybe get you on some medication within the next few weeks, and we'll see how everything goes.